just came at the right time.
I think everyone said that, marriage and kids was going to be hard, but it's actually fun.
Cassie Ventura and husband Alex Fine welcoming a brand new baby boy.
I'm just really soaking up. I'm like a little sponge right now. So I'm in it.
The singer and actress delivering her third child just after testifying in the federal sex trafficking trial of her ex, Sean Diddy Combs, who's maintained his innocence in the case. The very pregnant mom spent 4 grueling days on the stand, detailing the alleged abuse that happened during their 10-year relationship, including days-long freak-offs with male escorts.
She said that Sean Combs directed everything from what she had on to the lighting in the room to how she was supposed to interact with the person that she was having sex with.
Wait a minute!
And Cassie, what you to her?
Oh yeah, the first time we had unprotected sex was definitely Cassie. Again, bro, I'm trying to use the right word to respect your platform, but I was smashing her, bro. I was putting that twerking. Yeah, it's not, it's bad to say, but it's kind of obvious. She's a beautiful woman. A heterosexual man, it takes no effort to do what you got to do with that woman. So I would go in there, bro, and I'm making love to her like it's the last day on earth, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm going in on her. The first time we had unprotected sex actually is the first time she drugged me with ecstasy. We probably had been seeing each other for maybe, I want to say 2 years, and they would put me through it, bro. I would go to these encounters and I would be up for a day and a half. And bro, I would be hurting because I wasn't taking drugs with them. I was an athlete. I ran 5 miles a day. I was a constant workout enthusiast. I don't got time to be doing all them rock star drugs. And besides, I'm not in the music industry. The music industry is a rock star lifestyle. This is how they live. I don't live like that. So I remember asking Cassie, what do you take to stay up like this? Cause I'll be with you for days and you've got the same energy like you had in the morning when I got here. So I remember she looks at me and she says, I was hoping you would ask. Hold on a second. She goes into the room. She comes out quick. She shows me a purple E-pill, thick E-pill too. And I said, what's that? She said, it's ecstasy. She starts breaking it down to me. And I'll be honest, at first I was resistant. I'm like, nah, don't take that. I'm good. But it's like what they say. Most men who do hard drugs, a woman introduces them to them. A woman opens you up to it under the promise of sex or something that's going to give you a benefit for trying this substance. And it's true. So basically, Cassie tells me that if I take a little bit of this substance with her, the sex is going to be amazing. It's going to go from 1 to a 10. And looking at her, how beautiful she was, how the great intercourse we were already having, it was enticing to see wait a minute, it can get better than this? Really? I'm curious. So I don't like to take pills. I told her, all right, how am I supposed to take this? She says, hold on, I'll crush it up for you and I'll put a half or a quarter of it in the drink. So she gives me this drink. I drink the drink and she did not lie, bro. Within 30 minutes, my entire body was alive. I could feel every nerve ending. Me and this girl ended up having sex for 3 days when she gave me this time. During the course of this sex, I believe it was sometime during the night, we were involved in the encounter. So, I'm stroking her. It's hot. She's into it. She pushes my abdomen up, reaches, rolls off the condom and pulls me in her real quick, bro. You date women. I'm pretty sure you've been in a situation where shorty hit you with the wham real quick before you knew it. You in her. You don't know what the hell is going on, but it's so good you don't come out because, we know how we are as men. Once you get inside like that, it weakens us. It's like kryptonite to a man. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of fell into it because it was a totally different sensation. I'm high off this ecstasy. It's wow, I done fell into heaven all of a sudden. So me and her kind of forget Puff is even there and we're just going at it, slow, deep strokes. And what snapped me back into the encounter was Diddy himself actually asking Cassie specifically, yo, you fucking him raw now? Both of us look up. She's looking me in the eye. I'm looking at her I'm waiting for her to say something because this is your dude and it was your idea. So what you waiting for me to say something? She tells him I checked this paperwork. It's all good. And that bothered me because, I still thought they were in a monogamous relationship. So immediately to me, someone with some intelligence, the first red flag was, why would this woman lie to her man about seeing my STD results?
Look, if you had one shot, one opportunity to see everything you ever wanted
In one moment.
would you capture it or let it slip? No.
His palms are sweaty.
He's weak. Arms are heavy.
His limit.
I'm sweating. Ready?
Mom, I got it.
He's nervous.
What's on the surface?
Looks calm. I'm ready.
Drop the bomb.
He keeps
Forgetting.
when he brought down
The whole crowd goes.
So loud. He opens his mouth.
The words.
Won't come out. He's joking.
How? Everybody's joking.
Now the clock's run out. Time's up.
Over.
Snap back.
To reality.
Oh, there goes
Gravity.
Oh, there goes gravity. Choked.
I'm not mad. I get even. Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video up. Tonight's video is about Cassie. Not Diddy this time, because he's already been sentenced. They're only 4 years, but hey, it's better than nothing. And a lot can happen within a 4-year period of time. Now, I've made some videos talking about why I do not see Cassie as an innocent victim. And that's before these videos. The first one that you saw before, that guy that she was hooking up with, where she was saying, or either she was told to say, that Diddy directed everything, which that is false. That is not the case. Was he a force behind the scenes? Yes. Maybe she was uncomfortable with it at first. At some point, she got totally into it. I guess the best example I could say with this is if, let's say, you have siblings, and one is a criminal, and one is kind of on the fence, trying to do the right thing. But yeah, he likes hanging around his sibling. And that other sibling will get him into stuff. Well, actually, he gets his own self into stuff following the sibling, but he gets involved with certain things, and he's not an innocent victim because he can just walk away or take and rat on the sibling that's doing certain things, but he doesn't. Then eventually maybe it goes too far and they get into a criminal activity that they have to go to jail for. Maybe they deleted someone. I would say this with any of those teen groups that got together and took and deleted an individual. I'm pretty sure not everybody was on board. It was one ringleader that definitely wanted to do it, and the others was kind of just following him. Do you think all of them is innocent? Now, the way that they have laws, it does go to be levels of how you will punish the person. Obviously, the person that orchestrated it definitely gets more of the heavy hand. But the other people cannot be allowed to walk away brisk-free. Now, as far as Cassie, did she hurt anyone? Did she have anyone deleted? As far as I know, that was not the case. But when the media and other women tend to paint her as some damsel that just could not say no, and she was totally being choked and forced to do these things against her will, I kind of did not believe that. The same way she was with her previous boyfriend before Diddy, and then she left him to be with Diddy. Yes, Diddy was pushing and wanting to be with her and probably promising her stuff, but to me, I believe she made a decision, a career decision of this will be great for my career. I kind of find this dude interesting. He can take my life to new heights. I'm about getting a bag right now. Not just about the money, but just getting in more of a position to elevate her career. She just straight hypergamy, ditched her boyfriend, and went with Diddy. And she could have said no. So I hope I explained that well. I do the same thing when men will complain about women getting free drinks at a bar and they're buying them drinks. Did those women force you to buy them drinks? No. Okay. And maybe you was buying them drinks so that you could try to get them drunk. So if things go left and the woman just walks off, or you feel played in the end, then it's your fault. And this is how I feel with her. I feel like, besides the beating, because she did not deserve the physical abuse that she got from Diddy. But as far as the other things that she was involved with, she was not an innocent victim. And the man that she is with now has it in his mind that he found this beautiful woman, because looks always play a part in this. And then there's that damsel in distress thing. And that's sometimes, well, that's a lot of times my weakness as well. I think I've got better on it, but it's a correlation of the looks and the woman appearing to be more innocent than what she is. Or either I think she's more innocent than what she is. That's why I think that dude is in the position that he is in. I'm going to throw another thing in here of why I understand why a lot of men don't like women that have large body counts or women that have been with a lot of different men. Now, my thing is always the type of man that the woman goes for. And if I can see the man that she's went for, where they're a thug or they're a football player, basketball player, I might not want to follow that. Because yes, I might feel self-conscious. Can I satisfy you? Are you all stretched out? Have you become accustomed to only a certain penile size? Okay? And women will say size doesn't matter. But I always hear them either laugh or make jokes when it's not to a certain standard. So, but every woman's a little bit different here. But this is another reason why I think is the big thing when women have been with a lot of men.
And you said that Cassie, she would disrespect Diddy when it came to his penis size, right?
Not directly, but inadvertently, yes. Like she would laugh at him after she and I had sex. She might smirk at him. Let's say she and I had an encounter and he tried to get on top of her after that. You know, the comparison of the two inside of her was probably noticeably different. So a few times she would catch him smirking, laughing, stuff like that. And he asked her like, yo, what's so funny? And let's say she didn't give him the right answer. He'll kick her. He'll push her. That's really where the domestic violence came from. The domestic violence came from the fact that she would emasculate him. She would do things that let him know he had a small penis, that she really wasn't trying to hear what he was saying. Diddy's an arrogant, petty dude, bro. He's not trying to hear that. He's super competitive. He believes he's supposed to be in control. So his woman trying to like embarrass him in front of me is a no-no. That's why he used to hit her.
Speaking of being competitive, he used to compete with you, right? With who can have sex with her better?
Yeah. Every time, you know, like let's say me and her were going, and you know, I don't like going into detail about our encounters, even though I have. I kind of had to go into them because she's trying to pretend like Dave isn't as significant as he really was. And that's not the case, Cassie. We both know what time it was. So Diddy would watch she and I have sex, and you know, it was hot. He'd sit there, he's high out of his face on E, Molly, ketamine, whatever concoction of drugs he's managing to take this encounter. And he might have looked at the way I had sex with her, and now he wants to do the same thing. So being high, he's not realizing that the penile size is going to make a major difference if you try to do that. He jumps on top of her. He tries to start ramming her. I've been on her, dude. It's not the same thing. And he can see that. So she would emasculate him with that. She definitely would. She would let him know that his penis was small.
And that right there, a woman may not say this to the man while everything is good, but you get into a heated argument, you're in the latter stages of the relationship, a woman may and will hit you below the belt and say things like this if the other dude was packing and you wasn't. Now, if you chatting Tyrone, you don't care. If you're a thug, you don't care. And of course, some men don't handle this well, and obviously they'll get to the abusing stage with the woman because of her mouth. Whereas I would say, definitely, if a woman's aggravating you and pushing your buttons, just walk away and leave her alone. Now, of course, though, could this guy be lying with this? No, he did like a hour-and-a-half video talking about his experiences with Cassie in detail. So I don't think it's a lie. I think she actively participated in this type of stuff. Did he get the ball rolling saying, hey, let's do this? And she went along with it, fine. But as far as texting behind the guy's back and doing the other things that she did. See, this is a big thing why, especially now, and thankful for the women on TikTok exposing themselves or on social media period exposing themselves. I generally do not believe a woman when she's telling me a story about another individual when those two are having an altercation or a disagreement. Unless if she is also saying what she did in the situation as well to garner the reaction or how she responded. Now, I rarely ever hear women throw themselves under the bus like this. And that's a rare thing. So, and look, I know the man that has wife Cassie and has 3 kids with her. He's obviously in love with her. He has feelings for her. I don't fault him for this because I've done this for women as well. Not as deep as he did and not with the amount of information of her past that he knows. But I always wonder, if a man knew a woman's full past, would you still proceed with her? I have to admit, probably not, depending on the things that she has done and how she has treated other people. Because I expect, for one, just because of how society is and how most women don't take accountability of their actions, a lot of them won't even take accountability of the actions other women do. Now, if you can find a woman that can take accountability of the actions of other women, you're kind of going in the right direction. Thing is, can she admit when she's wrong or how she has done people wrong in her life? So I have this video here with the art of dialogue with this guy talking again. I forget his name. And he's going to be talking more about his experiences with Cassie, and then I'm going to cap it off with if that guy or if you should be trying to save a woman that is damaged or been through a lot of stuff like this. And I know if she's beautiful, you're going to try, especially if she's giving you attention, because I would do the same thing. But is it worth it?
And Cassie, she told you personally that she was pregnant by you, right?
Well, it was, I believe it was, we were just, I don't think she intended to get it. No one who accidentally gets pregnant intends to get pregnant. We just went a little bit too far. This one encounter in New York in the Gramercy Park Hotel, which is crazy. I can even remember where I got her pregnant at. At the time I was on parole. So, I was checking in the parole like every week or every 2 weeks, to remember, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still out in the street. I'm getting money from them. So, my lifestyle didn't actually fit my income, if you understand what I'm saying. It really didn't. So, I remember like specifically, I go to see Cassie. And we have this crazy encounter. Like, we probably had sex like 2.5, 3 days. Ecstasy, Molly. This was still pretty early in the relationship. I want to say it was like 2012, 2013. We have this amazing encounter, great time. I leave her. Now, when I leave her, I remember literally I'm going to Harlem because I worked as a contractor. I'm still an independent construction contractor, but I had an office in Manhattan in Harlem. So when I left Cassie after this freak off, I drive to my office. It's 7 o'clock. I got to go to work. There was a tail light out on my pickup truck, and I got pulled over by the damn NYPD. They arrest me for a broken tail light. Ultimately, I get violated by parole for being out before parole told me I could go out and I get detained for a violation. Now, on this violation, I find out Cassie's pregnant. Thinking about it a little bit, I realized, wait a minute, you had sex with her. She's 2 months pregnant. This is probably your baby. So I think I did a violation for maybe 6 months, 7 months. I had to do like this military program. It was so bogus and BS. But as soon as I came home, the first thing I did was look for Cassie. I had several phone numbers for her. I called them all. It might have took her 3 or 4 days. She calls me back. She's overseas. She's like, yo, where have you been? I said, yo, I got violated by parole. I was locked up. She says, oh my God, I was looking for you. You don't know how bad I was looking for you. We actually had a really good conversation the first time we reconnected after this violation, being separated for 7 to 8 months. So she tells me she's out of the States and she's like, yo, you know what? I'll be there in a week because I need to talk to you. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't really think she's going to be there in a week. Yo, bro, clockwork. A week later, she texts me. She's in Manhattan. She's in the Gramercy Park Hotel. Can I meet her at 7 o'clock that night? Okay. I get to the Gramercy Park that evening. I remember I walk into the suite. Diddy actually let me in, which was weird because at that time, Diddy never let me in the beginning. But this time I went there, Diddy let me into the suite. He daps me up. Yo, bro, what's up, man? Been a long time. You look good. You look healthy. Yo, where you been? So as I'm telling him, he gives me this look and he's like, yo, bro, she was looking for you. So I said, oh, yeah? He's like, yeah, bro, she was looking for you, bro. Y'all need to talk. So I'm like, all right. Cassie comes out the room soon as he says that, you know, looking like Cassie, looking beautiful. Me and her reconnect. We hug each other. She sits me on the couch in the living room and she tells me she was pregnant. So I said, well, like, how do you know it was mine? You know, typical women. I know it was you. You were the only guy around that time. It wasn't Sean. I know it was you. She tells me all of this to my face. She cries. She tells me she doesn't believe in abortion, but she only had the abortion because she didn't know who I was and how to find me. And I believed her from the emotional response she gave me, the crying, the look of regret that she did it. I actually believed her. You know what I'm saying? So I sat there myself, and I'll be honest, I was a little teary-eyed myself because no one really likes to see beautiful women cry.
And I'll admit, that's a weakness of mine. That's a weakness of a lot of men. And surprisingly, a lot of women don't know how to use that weapon. The only women that I know that usually know how to use that weapon well are either 304 women or women that are chaotic and like a lot of drama. Because they know how to blow up the spot and be toxic, but then pull on the tears, rinse and repeat. And unfortunately, a lot of men will fall for that particular thing. Now, because I know that's a weakness of mine, I know what to look out for with most women, and I will usually try to exit out of the situation when she starts doing that particular thing. My ex used to be able to pull that off pretty well. But women that get on that thing, I'm strong, independent, don't need a man, trying to be too super strong and tough, those women are a lot more easier to be cold to because they're staying in their masculine or their strength. Yes, I encourage women, do that. Okay? Don't be feminine because the feminine is what usually get men to cave or to weaken. So yes, be strong. I encourage all of you to do that.
And she's crying about something that affected both of us. I kind of felt something towards it. So I'm like, damn, all right, it's like a sad situation. But the craziest part, bro, is I'm thinking she just called me to tell me about the pregnancy and I'm leaving. As I get up to leave, she's like, where you going? I said, I'm leaving. She's like, oh, no, absolutely not, Sugar D. I've been waiting for you. Because she used to call me Sugar D. She's like, I've been waiting for you. No, you're not going nowhere. So I said, are you serious? Like, what about getting pregnant? She says, no, I'm on birth control now. We're okay. You're not going anywhere. She says, baby, does he have to leave? Diddy says, of course not. So, bro, me and her literally restart right where we left off. Before the end of the night, we have an unprotected sex again like nothing happened. And, bro, this went on for years after I impregnated her and she had an abortion.
And if I'm not mistaken, Cassie, she's the one that gave you Molly for the first time. And Diddy, he's the one that gave you the pink cocaine, right?
Yeah. Cassie kind of drugged me like I told you about earlier. Cassie actually did drug me, but Diddy's drugging me was with that Tunchi stuff. I believe it was Tunchi now because of what it did to me. And the funny part is that I was talking to one of the male providers today, and he actually told me when he heard me talking about how Diddy drugged me, he remembers how Diddy drugged him. Diddy did this to a lot of people. Like the real Rico was the male prostitutes. It wasn't Jane and Cassie. It was the male prostitutes who Cassie, Jane, and Diddy manipulated into these situations. Because we all have the same story. I'm pretty sure you can agree because you've interviewed, 2 or 3 of us by now? We pretty much all got the same story. Diddy gave me the Molly, basically telling me that if I didn't take it, Cassie would get mad. So now I only took a little bit of it because, again, I'm not a big drug person and I really just wanted to satisfy him and get him out of my face. So I said, all right, give me a little piece. It's Diddy. He's a billionaire. I've known him 5 or 6 years by now. He's never tried to hurt me. We had that one encounter where he asked me about the homosexual thing, but he paid me $5,000 and never did it again. So I really had no reason not to trust him. I take this substance, bro. I don't even think it took 30 minutes. This thing rocked me, bro. Yo, it rocked me. I remember I was hot. I was sweating. I was throwing up. I couldn't walk. I crawled across a 5-star hotel room to the bathroom to throw up in the toilet. I was so weak. This might have went on maybe 30 minutes, bro. I just threw up everything I had inside of me. Even water, liquid, everything came out.
That right there. That just proves that both of them, Cassie and Diddy, was in cahoots. That looks like a Bonnie and Clyde. That looks like a 50-50 situation. Any of those stories that I've heard meant, and this was way before they were saying this particular thing, besides the beating of Cassie, but her involvement, especially the amount of time that she was with this man, I could not see her as a totally innocent victim. I see her as a victim of getting beat and abused in those instances, but not in the overall scope of what was going on. I wouldn't be surprised if she was involved with some of his criminal activities, but that's not to be proven. But as far as her being forced to do those S acts, encouraged, probably, yes, maybe enticed, do this for me and we'll get the album out, that type of stuff right there. But once again, a person has the ability to say no. I'm pretty sure when those guys or girls was being enticed to do certain functions for Diddy, whether it was giving him a BJ, they could have just said no. When Chopper and them decided to walk for cheesecake, they could have just said no. Now, I say it's levels to this because I probably would have did that thing of walking for the cheesecake because I'm like, hey, I came this far. Only thing I gotta do is walk, but see, is limits. For me personally, is limits of things that I will do because I have to be able to look myself in the mirror and say, wow, did I really do that? Did I really go and do that particular thing right there? Can I live with myself with the shame of if it came out? And that's another big thing too. Can I live with the shame of it coming out? Okay, that's the one good thing about this age. Everybody is being exposed everywhere of video or either recordings, things like that. The only thing that I would say is show the full story. Let us hear the full story of why this person did this and that person did that. That way we can make a more sound decision or conclusion of what happened. Anyway, let's wrap this up.
Yo, bro. You think Cassie told Alex the truth, bro?
Absolutely not.
Like
shout out to Alex Fine, and I mean that with seriousness. I'm not clowning him. Shout out to Alex Fine. He is a man. Because if my woman had came to me and told me the things that Cassie probably told him to make herself look like a victim, I would have told her to go after Diddy for a bag too. So Alex Fine is not wrong for that. People saying that he schemed on Diddy to get a check. No, that's his wife. His wife told him a bunch of foul stuff. Him looking out for the interests of his family and his wife, he probably did encourage her to sue. But I totally do not think that dude knew the extent of her involvement when he supported her in this case.
How you think he taking it?
Truthfully, I don't try to think about homie. That's his problem. That's his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just like, you see everybody talking, yo, he's the world's biggest simp and shit.
He
like
can't
that,
be taking
but
it well, but dude, that's what you signed up for. You got 30 million setting my family up there, not worried about American social media. You a multi-millionaire now. To hell with America and all that BS they coming to let you, call you a simp, move you and your wife to another country where that $30 million becomes $200 million, and y'all live the rest of y'all lives on an estate like kings and queens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all the other stuff, like with dude, I totally respect dude. I gotta be, especially if he stays with her after all of this. I totally respect him because I couldn't do it. Once I had known that like all these guys was nutting in her and she was manipulating these guys to do this for years, and you lied to me like this, I would line her up for a few years, then divorce her and take half the money. I'm gonna just keep it a buck.
Yo, that's mad funny, bro.
I'm gonna just leave it a buck. That's how I give it up. You lied to me. You don't deserve all that money. I would be the 2020 version of Chris Judd. Remember Chris Judd with J-Lo?
Yeah.
The backup dancer that got millions of dollars, married her for a month and sued her. I would be the new Chris Judd. He would be the new Chris Judd. Excuse me.
Yeah. I see that differently.
But shout out to him. I don't think he's a simp at all. I think he's a man who was with his wife. He loved his wife. His wife told him some horrible things that happened to her. And as a man who had intelligence enough to figure out some things went wrong, he told his wife to sue. Alex,
so you think he think all of us is lying, bro?
I know he don't think we lying.
All right, so I mean, like that gotta have some kind of effect, bro. Because I mean, look, bro, you stronger than me. Because even though I stood up in that courthouse, not knowing about these other guys yet, I sat there and was like, hell yeah, I was trying to steal her, and I would have definitely dated her. But let me tell you something, I would have definitely dumped her ass once all this shit came out. Because hell fucking no, bro. I'm sorry.
Court.
Hell no, boy.
Divorce court, Cassie.
Nah,
if I found out as her man that all of this happened, we going to divorce court. We there. You mind you just sign over half the money to me now, because he's gonna win any divorce proceedings they have. He's gonna win. He's going to win. Look at the history that got exposed during this trial. This guy can get half of her money and leave her with them 3 kids like that tomorrow. So if he stays with her, I respect him. I really do respect him. I have nothing against dude. I don't think dude is the world's biggest simp. I think he's a man who tried to help his woman out, gave her good advice, and she does like women do when they do nasty, horrible stuff. They don't want people to know. She lied through her teeth. And he, as her husband, he believed her. He went with it until the trial happened. She got exposed.
But man, I done been through my own horrific shit. Like, I'm talking horrific shit, bro. Like, I mean, you know, just betrayal, like nobody's business, hurting like crazy, feeling suicidal, all of that shit, bro. And I'm telling you right now, boy, my perspective on this shit just completely changed. I would have been him maybe fucking even 5 years ago, 3 years ago even, but today, hell no, bro. Nah, I'm good. Never, bro. Nah, dude.
But shout out to him. I still respect him, but it couldn't be me. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Nah, I just said shout out to your man, bro. Hopefully he make the right decision, bro.
What position did Cassie prefer the most?
I'm sorry, you referring to sexual?
Yeah. Respectfully.
Not really. Diddy would never let me hit it from the back. He didn't, because I think I used to tear her up from the back. She loved getting hit from the back. So Diddy actually used to make us have missionary sex, and only like when he wanted to, I guess, give her a gift because we were compliant, he would let her turn around and let me smash her doggy style.
I think that's because that's the fastest that she came always.
Yeah.
In missionary, like
in mission, yeah, she
comes like right away.
Ain't that crazy how we can relate how this woman comes and what position she come in? That's insane. But she's a victim. Get the hell out of here. Come on. No cycle, but it's true.
Okay, there you go. Those are 2 men that smashed Cassie out, and there are other men like the Punisher, and probably men that didn't even get interviewed on this particular, that didn't get interviewed by the Art of Dialogue. Either way, that's 1 too many right there. Now, could you take a woman that has did that after the fact? Knowing the whole story, no. Because it's not just the thing that she did it, is that she participated in it and she enjoyed it. And she has a type of dude that she likes to smash. So you can't tell me that her present husband is satisfying her the way this guy claims that he was satisfying her. No way. Now, the dude probably treats her well and probably gives her what she wants, but is she happy with that? I don't know. And should he divorce her? Hey, it's on due right there. But see, once a man loves a woman, he will put up with a lot of shit from her. Because I know I did. Steph Curry is right now with the wife that he's with. Men will do that with a woman that they really love. But the thing is, though, should he be doing that? Is a woman that I know that she posted that her standards is sky high of what she expects from a man because of all the good things or the experiences the men have given to her. And see, that's another thing too. This is why a lot of men be freaking out about body count or her being with other men, because I think men is better at dealing with a lot of different women and not really rating the woman that he's with the other women. There are women that gave me better BJs than other women. I'm not going to bring that up. And I'm really not even going to consider that, because how important is that? And also, men don't usually say like, well, she was so tight. Even though I have seen the difference with some women depending on the type of men that they have been with. But again, men don't say, oh, this woman here was just so much better a smash than the one that I am with. See, women will do that kind of shit right there. Because women can't be with someone and then just totally forget about them. They'll act like they forgot about them, but it will seem that they are comparing you to the next man that they are with. They may not tell you this, but you will know this when the breakup occurs. So I'm not as much about the body count because I know it's unrealistic that a woman hasn't been with another man, but I am concerned about the type of men that she generally goes for, and I prefer I be one of the first black men that she's been with if I'm dating interracially. If she has dated all black men, I'm pretty sure she's leaning on that thug type way. I'm not trying to compete with that. So there's other factors there to a certain degree, but to any women watching this, this is why men are on this type of time right now, especially busting out with the body count. But I'm not going to be asking a woman about her body count. Usually I can kind of tell the way that she's acting, if she's really interested in me. And this is why I want the woman to see me as her first choice, to be intoxicated with me, whether you want to call that like a toxic attachment or whatever the case may be, because that's the only way the woman's going to behave herself. Okay? And she won't be doing Aisha Curry type or Jada Pinkett Smith type stuff. Is if she has that type of interest level in you. Okay? Because it doesn't seem like a lot of women are taught how to treat men, unless if they love them or they have strong feelings for them, then they kind of do it organically. But they don't have a structure of how to treat a man. And because of that particular thing right there, I yawn when a woman say that she has high standards. My thing is, what's the nicest thing that you have done for your man or a man that was with you? What kind of treatment can I expect? Okay, it's not just all about you. That's it. Give me a like and subscribe and have a good night.
Let's finish him properly this time.
You could not live with your own failure. And where did that bring you? Right back to Diddy and his money. I thought that by eliminating Tupac, people would respect Bad Boy. But you've shown me that's impossible. And as long as there are those that know about the freak-offs, then people won't want to party with me for their birthdays anymore. They will resist.
Yeah, well, everybody don't like baby oil, Puff.
Yo, baby mama loved it.
Wankster.
What you need to do is pay me back from my Porsche you set on fire.
I never even been in your house.
That Molotov cocktail came from a bottle of Ciroc, Puff. Just admit it.
Hey, Sergeant Snitch, Why don't you ask Cassie to buy you one? She got plenty of money now.
I earned that money, Puff, because you forced me to do all those things that I willingly participated in. Besides, what did you expect? I married a personal trainer. I was broke.
She right. 50% of dudes coming out of prison think they personal trainers. It's a saturated field.
Prison's not so bad.
What the helly?
You ever bust a spread?
Only thing you like to spread is man chowder all over your chest.
Man, forget about all that. You broke into my house and opened all my Christmas presents up. You ruined the best part.
I would have finished you off, but you ended your own career when you became somebody's bride on the red carpet.
So Cassie caught the bouquet at your wedding or what?
Y'all just don't know fashion.
If you would have just let me watch you slam the ham, then all this could have been avoided, Playboy.
Bro, no.
I'm trying to see that Manaconda.
Dude, bro.
Oh, you not packing? What you got, that 38 snub nose?
I ain't gonna let you do him like you did Justin Bieber, Puff. It's over. You and it.
I had Joe BM popping mollies like Tic Tacs.
You ain't special, Puff. She was a doorknob. Everybody gets a turn. I got something for you now, Puff.
50, I don't know what happened. Didn't give me a pill and I woke up 5 years later.
Hey, you might want to go get tested.